I like how last night you were like, "Oh, I guess I could have just went to the YouTube app." Oh, we're live. We are
Love it.
live on Twitter.
All right, it's actually working tonight. Love that.
Yes.
It's kind of a pin in the balloon because it's like we had all the emotion, all the excitement, and then we got blue balled. We got blue balled, and it sucked. And now it's
I was
like
hyped.
everyone's got.
I was ready to talk some ball yesterday.
Yeah, same.
And I would have. The thing is I would have completely changed my workout too, Keith. I did two back to back hit workouts at Hotworks, and just died. Like it was so hard. And then came in. I was obviously still sweating whenever we were doing. You were the only one that could see me, but I was just like pouring sweat.
That's kind of funny. Oh, man. All right, so we got that retweet done. What up, party deck? We see you hopping in here and getting ready. We're just doing the obligatory socials plugin, and then we can go ahead and hit the 2-minute warning. So,
It was funny being at that live recording and saying chat, chat, chat.
yeah, I know, right? Yeah, don't give that away. That's for the real episode. I want to get in
Yeah, I
and talk
know.
about that. That's going to be a
We will,
blast,
we
man.
will.
All right, so now let me throw my quote tweet on here.
Oh, are you tweeting everything right now? I gotta add something to our show notes.
Oh no! Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Uh, I don't even know where this would apply. I guess.
Well, we'll figure it out.
I guess this will go. Put it in 2 minute.
All right. Well, I mean, we're getting ready to get started with the 2-minute warning. Talk about just the world of college football that was before we dive into the actual episode. And yeah, in case you didn't hear yesterday, because everything involved in technology was crashing and burning around us. It was kind of hard to follow a lot of the college football Saturday for me, just because I was so excited and so pumped up about the game Friday night. So, but I was able to get in and get some little nuggets. First off, Bobby has those boys down at Arkansas. They're humming. They nearly knocked off the ATM machine.
I mean, people. I've seen multiple Arkansas because obviously that's just how the algorithm works. You look at one Arkansas tweet or anything, and all of a sudden you get bombarded with Arkansas news. But people are kind of ready for Coach P to lose the interim title. Keith, they
Yeah,
might
I
be
know,
closing the
right?
door. They might be closing the door on that head coaching job.
I mean, that I assume was the plan all along, was for him just to get in and make
That was
that
his
happen.
plan. That was
Yeah.
his plan, was to come
And
back and be like,
I'm
okay, yeah, I can do a good enough job to stay around, but a bad enough job to get Sam Pittman fired.
and I also he's got buddies who are boosters at that program, like good old boys club. I would not be shocked if that interim tag gets taken off relatively quickly.
Yeah,
Other
which is surprising,
yeah.
in my opinion. Only Coach Petrino can get two go arounds at a place like that.
Right. Ole Miss and Georgia apparently forgot how to play defense, which, as
I don't
someone who
think
likes
Lane
defense,
Kiffin
that game
ever learned.
sucked. That's true. That game sucked to watch just because it was just uncontested scoring the entire affair. What else we got? Texas Tech went down, and I would be remiss to mention the so close near upset of those Texas Longhorns. Man, I'm sure that program that let them off the hook must be devastated.
It was.
It
It's been fun to listen to the radio the past 2 days because it's been nonstop. Just UK fans going crazy, Louisville fans obviously feeling way better.
Yeah, and I was talking to my buddies before that game because I'm not like the big rivalry type leaning in and trying to friggin' like
You say that,
work
but you
people
stir
up.
them up, don't you?
Well, now give me a second because I was talking about how like even before that game I thought Cutter Boley's a better quarterback than Arch Manning, and I don't think we've seen anything to disprove that yet this year.
Yeah, the crazy thing with that team, just on them for a second, is the fact that they went into the season with that kid. I can't even remember his name from Incarnate Ward.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, Calzada.
Calzada. The fact that they went with him over Cutter is ridiculous and didn't just put weapons around him. I'm thankful they did.
Exactly, cost him a couple early. And then one other thing before we get started on the real show, Vince, you added, and I think I like where you're going with
it.
this.
I got it in. So I guess it's real. I'm not on Instagram. I saw Mark Blankenbaker tweet about it. Miller Moss doing a Long John Silver commercial. I like it. Doesn't look AI generated in any in any
Yeah,
sort, but
I haven't looked for any sort of video. I did see the screenshots of him like on set doing stuff. Like, what would he even be advertising? That's so random.
I don't know. That's awesome though. I love Long John Silver's.
I haven't had Long John Silver's in so freaking long. Like, oh,
They're hush puppies, unmatched.
I didn't even know Long John Silver's was based out of Kentucky. Yes, or out of Louisville. Like, I love Long John Silver's. I pledge my loyalty.
It's a Yum
never
brand, right? It's a Yum brand, right? Because they used to have one off of Blankenbaker Parkway that was with a KFC or Taco Bell, one of the two.
Okay, that would make sense. I've definitely never stepped in a Captain D's in my life.
No, no, me neither.
All right. Well, still cool to see him getting out there, get that advertisement campaign going, and looking forward to seeing Miller Moss's acting chops. That should be
That's
fun.
gonna be funny. In a Long John Silver's commercial, that's what's gonna be the best. Like,
All right, we've got Antipas in the chat, so that's the official sign that the party deck's here and ready to roll. Let's go ahead and kick this show off. Hello and welcome to another episode of From the Pink Seats podcast here on the State of Louisville Podcast Network. We're the internet's first and only and best podcast dedicated exclusively to the University of Louisville football program. I'm producer Keith. Joining me in the Digital Kearns Corner studio, Vince Lococo. And Vince, we got just a great Victory Monday show lined up. And then technology had other plans. So now it's a Victory Tuesday show.
yeah. I mean, that was frustrating. Get it together, Riverside. Get it together.
Yeah, you know what's never frustrating? Our friends in the YouTube chat, a.k.a. the Pink Seats Party Deck. You all joined us last Friday night for the watch along party, and man, it was a blast. I hope you all had half as much fun as me and Vince did out at J-Town Beach at the watch party, sponsored by our friends over at Surfside. That was a great time.
Yeah, that was awesome. Shout out to Danny and Jackie for opening the doors at the J-Town Beach. Thanks to Randy for coming out supplying the surf sides for us. I mean, it was an insane time. Something we'll definitely be doing more of. What was your favorite moment in the night, Keith? Like outside of the obvious last
I was going to say,
seconds
honestly,
of the stream. What was your favorite part of the stream? You know, whatever about the game.
Well, I was going to say one of my favorite miscellaneous moments of the night there were two. The look of joy and whimsy at everyone who saw that 10-foot tall Surfside can inflatable the first time. Everyone just, what? Oh, that's amazing.
Randy looked at me and goes, I've got a 10-foot inflatable if you want me to put it up. I was like, yeah. He put it up, man. And I'm like, this is insane.
And the other great part of the watch party was just, if you all didn't tune in, or if you all missed Vince and didn't think he was on, it's understandable. This man is the mayor of J-Town, shaking everyone's hand, kissing all the babies, throwing hugs around. Dude was the most popular guy in the building, and it wasn't even close. So shout out to the mayor, Vince Lococo.
Good one. I've always told you all that if we do stuff in J-Town, people will show up. They will always show up.
Yeah. So where else? Nowhere else we want you guys to start showing up. Subscribe. Hop on over to the State of Louisville YouTube page. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. If you're watching here and you aren't, you probably should, because we're going to hang out. We do live shows. We've got basketball season coming up. They're going to be doing live shows as well. People are going to get excited about that. We're trying to put together some more watch parties for some more of the road games coming up this season if you want to keep hanging out with us, because this first one went so well.
There will be one for Virginia Tech. So just keep your notifications on. Be ready for, the Jacob Lane graphic to be posted. And There will be one for Virginia Tech. I can assure you of that. So make sure you come out and see us and hang out and have a good time. Vibes are way too good, that Miami game. Way too good.
Right. So subscribe over on the YouTube. If you're listening to this audio after the fact, hit that subscribe button or hit some follow to the feed, whatever they're telling you to do on whatever podcast platform you want now. Leave a review, unsubscribe, re-rate, re-review, resubscribe, and make sure to hop on in. And one more thing I want to get out here. Preview episodes tomorrow. You're going to see me and Vince out on location. It's going to be a fun one. If you haven't got your tickets yet, and everyone likes free stuff. If you're looking for some tickets and you haven't yet, hop into the 1912 Society Discord. The way I explain what this Discord server is, it's essentially like all your favorite Louisville boards /blogs /forums all bundled into one place. You've got boards for every different Louisville sport that they have. We have people in there popping off during Louisville volleyball games, even though that hasn't really gone too great as of late. We've got baseball boards for people who are wanting to live watch and go nuts with baseball. We've got game chats during the football and the basketball games. And that basketball board, I'm not a hoops guy. I peeked in there one time, going nuts in there, and I had a hoot just scrolling and laughing. It was great. And if that's not enough of a reason, giving away a whole heap and help of tickets. Dalton Pence mentioned it on his show on Monday. Matt McGavick tweeted about it earlier. We tweeted about it earlier. Hop on into the Discord and hop on into the giveaways. We're giving away, I think, up to 12 or 14 tickets for the Boston College game. Those tickets, market value, tripled as soon as that Miami game went final. Tickets tripled in price. So if you want to try and get some free, dive in there and do it, because it is going to be a blast. So with that,
Keith, before you get going, I think we can tell people why tomorrow's recording will be fun for you and I.
Okay, we go ahead.
I think that's fair to give the people. So tomorrow, Keith and I will be on location at Hotworks, and we won't just be on location at Hotworks. This podcast will be done in a sauna.
Yeah.
So get ready. Keith and I will likely be pouring sweat by the end of this.
And not just will we be the two of us in the sauna. We may also have a guest joining us digitally as well. So keep your eyes peeled. Might have exciting, fun guest, friend of the show hopping on the program. So get excited for that tomorrow. We're going to try and kick off around 8 o'clock. Depending on how things shake out with getting things set up, might start a little later than that, but 8 o'clock's the start time. We see people asking for the Discord link in the chat. We will get that posted here in just a little bit, and we'll have it in the description of the YouTube video as well, because we want to get people in there and we want to get people signed up. So, with all that being said, time for the pregame vibes. How are we feeling? I know we were feeling great. We were at the beach, J-Town. We were getting set up. Oh, hold on. I'm skipping a segment. Around the ACC, we can't let people off the hook. We can't let people off the hook, but we'll make it quick. Bill Belichick, still winless in ACC play.
Shocker.
Yeah,
wow.
He may have 7 Super Bowl rings, but he just can't handle the grind of ACC football. Georgia Tech knocked off Duke, so now they have an inside track to the ACC championship game. My preseason hot take was that if they pulled that off, they were going to be the ones. The winner of that game was going to make the title game. So far, looking quite probable. Virginia, I don't know if you saw any of this. They were struggling against Washington State. Chandler Morris got banged up, so they were trying to They were fighting for their lives, and they ended up coming back and holding on to beat Wazoo by 2.
That just pisses me off more after the weekend we had.
Right? Boston College took a beat down from Jim Mora and the Yukon Fighting Huskies. And which that's one a lot of people think, oh my God, UConn. Jim Mora's got the boys going up there. Like they made a good a good hire.
I rewatched that game and laughed the whole time. I'm sorry, Boston College. I laughed the whole time.
SMU went into Death Valley, and it's the darndest thing. Clemson students, they seem to be forgetting which way is the paw after the game this season. Significantly lesser meeting at the paw. I gotta be nicer to them. I gotta be nicer to them.
No, they had the rain for no. That's what happens when you win that much. People say stuff like this. I mean, you're a winner, but we're gonna say stuff like this whenever you fall.
Yeah. Pitt, they struggled on offense, surprisingly, but still were able to do well enough to put away Syracuse. It sucks for Fran Brown losing their starting quarterback.
Oh, he had a hilarious lip read moment on the sidelines. He dropped,
what
the F is going on or something like that. Everybody in America could read it.
That's funny. God. And then the last ACC game I had, I want to put this in things you hate to see. You never want to see a program struggle and fall like this, but Florida State, those poor Noles, they went on the road, and the raucous atmosphere of Palo Alto got them. So,
I just don't know what happened from week 1 Alabama win to now. This team is
it's Alabama just doesn't prepare teams for the grit and the grind of an ACC conference schedule. Did you see Mike Norvell has a 4-2 or a 5-2 record against SEC teams in the 2.5 years that he's just sucked at Florida State since they made the playoffs?
I mean, it's panic time over there. You might want to be pressing the red button, the eject button, and
yeah. I mean, they were talking about they were having conversations, aka they were calling boosters and passing the hat around. And my guess is, and it was a good point brought up by Bud Elliott, he's a national commenter, talking about how, look, you have 2 home games left. Neither opponent's really going to be sexy, so people weren't going to come regardless. Let's ride it out, get that buyout cost down a little bit, and then make a move.
I hear you.
So
I hear you.
That at least was my understanding of how that situation is going on.
Him and Stoops, both extensions. Just extend the shit out of them.
You know what extended the shit out of me? Watching that Miami game go down the way it did. So
good transition.
Now,
good transition.
On pregame vibes, first off, we were at J-Town Beach. We were having a party. The surf sides were flowing. The vibes were good. And we were talking about it on the stream, in the 30 minutes before the game. It was weird how I just felt more and more confident the closer to kickoff we got. Because if you had asked me vibe check immediately after the Virginia game, oh buddy, you wouldn't have gotten a fun prognosis. But we were oddly optimistic, I feel like, going into it.
Yeah, you and I definitely were. That was probably the third Surfside we drank, so definitely the buzz was starting to hit. No, I'm kidding. It was, I don't know, man. Just like I said in the recording Wednesday, and like I'd been saying all week, everybody had really been saying it. These are games that Jeff gets guys ready for. He gets teams up and, ready to play these big-time games against top-ranked opponents, and I mean, sure enough, the guy comes through for you, and we were due, like we said, we were due for a Cristobal game, which really you can't even blame this on Cristobal. This is all Carson Beck.
Yeah, I mean, we can go ahead and dive into the high level observations. The only Cristobaling observation I had was just the clock management on that last drive. Right. We were on the couch watching, why is he not taking timeouts? It's like he's trying to play for a field goal to get to overtime rather than actively hunting to try and get a win. But
you could tell he was definitely wanting that field goal more based off of the last play he ran. That speed out wasn't necessarily ran to go and score a touchdown.
Yeah. But high-level observations of the game. Defense, we talked about it against Virginia, same point. They deserved that win. Holy shit. The defense came to play. Jabari Mack, welcome to the party. Kid was phenomenal.
TJ
Not
Capers too, man. I mean, the whole defense. I mean, there's a clip I'm going to show in the game notes. I mean, there was at least 9, 10 guys around the football on this play. It's like these guys wanted that win. That pass rush was awesome. It's exactly what you and I were talking about, Keith, on the Wednesday show, saying that if we can get in Carson Beck's face, if we can make him uncomfortable and throw these balls, which he ended up throwing because he was so uncomfortable, then we have a real shot at winning this football game. And look at what happens.
Yeah, like you don't have to get there. Like we didn't get any sacks, but just collapse the pocket just enough to make him uncomfortable, feel the pressure, and he'll make mistakes. Now, did a couple of those mistakes deserve to be picked? Probably not, but we had some guys make some phenomenal plays to punish an interceptable ball.
Well, I think I think there was just. Are you talking about the deep ball, the one that he threw into triple covered? He had one that I think his fourth interception or third interception was really bad, where he threw it straight to our guys. But was it Watts or Meeks that got it over top and like that?
So
I thought that was just a beautiful coverage from
yeah,
a beautiful coverage and a beautiful call from Ron English in a lot of ways.
maybe I like the Watts one. I think was the one where it's slightly underthrown, just enough to where Antonio Watts. And honestly, you could say the same thing on the Jabari Mack pick. Like if he leads his receiver by 3 or 4 more yards, he could be taken off. But we talked about it. He's got good, not great accuracy. So when you miss on throws like that and give us a chance, hey, we took advantage of all of them. That's like that launch day college football video game, Chiefs, where defensive backs are just catching everything before they're like, oh, this isn't fun.
They have to nerf it a little bit. The thing that I definitely want to say is I can't remember how I was analyzing Ron English in the offseason. I think I was on the boat of keeping him based off of continuity reasons. I mean, I was a guy that had 4 different defensive coordinators in 4 years, with Todd Grantham and then Peter Sermon, BBG, and then Brian Brown at the end. Like, that stuff matters to players. Being able to just continue to learn the scheme. And, last year, I don't know if it was the players, them installing it too much or whatever, but we're seeing less and less each week of guys pointing and not knowing where they're going pre-snap, which is awesome.
Yeah, well, I mean, we had the opportunity to go to that Q&A session with Coach, and we asked him about, how's install going, especially on the defensive side of the ball where there's a lot of confusion last year. And like he had talked about how they're taking a drastically different approach with it. And whatever they did this year friggin' worked, man.
I don't know. It's you get to play at a different speed when you know the defense like that, Keith. The same as offensive line, man. Like if you know the playbook like it's the back of your hand, now your preparation is just elevated to a whole different level, because you're thinking, okay, how can I run the defense but also disguise things against the offense to confuse the quarterback, to confuse an offensive line or running back or whoever is standing for a block.
Yeah. But let's transition off of the defense, because I think everyone and their grandma knows defense, phenomenal. But the offense
was championships.
Offense, first thing I want to say, we actually ran the ball. We were actually able to run the ball, which Isaac Brown, fully healthy, is such a difference maker. Like, I think it was Mike Golick Jr. posted a clip, and it was him just making, I think it was 3 or 4 different guys miss. Like if Chris Berman was watching that in the late 90s, he might have had an aneurysm from yelling, whoop, whoop.
I completely agree, man. And it really starts with the offensive line, obviously, with the run and pass game. Those guys played their asses off. You could tell it was a different vibe, different everything from them. Getting Sylvester back this week and a fully healthy, clearly that matters. He was offensive lineman of the week for the ACC. Yeah. It's like, all right, kid's back 1 full game and he's getting conference player of the week at his position. I'll take that for sure. Uh, yeah, it was awesome, man.
Scheme was great. We weren't. I'm not gonna lie and say we were
You and I,
absolutely.
yes, scheme. You and I talked about it before the game started. We had zero statistics to back it up. We were like, we think Jeff has definitely slacked this year on the opening script. And then sure enough, man, they come out fire in that opening script and ended up scoring. So
And
I
I
mean, it's just
believe.
crazy how that changes the game.
I wish I had the source up on me, but I believe it was like on pass downs, Miller Moss average had the ball out, and I think it was 2.3 seconds. Like it was snap, read, go every
And
single
hats off to the
down.
wide receivers, man. You have to win your rep at the line of scrimmage in order for Miller to be able to get you those balls. I mean, Chris Bell, dog,
That dude was a
had a
superhuman.
phenomenal day.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
he
mean, it's not just his athleticism, Keith. He matches that. He's a smart football player. I mean, when he is running his route, like his eyes are just constantly in the right spot, and it's just so fun to watch. That touchdown where he scored on the rub where he sat it down. I mean, that was just the perfect read from the wide receiver and quarterback and he drop stepped. People are like, how'd he score right here? Same way a basketball player does, a drop step and just got north and south. I mean, it was awesome. I mean,
yeah, man, he made himself so much money with that game. So much money.
yeah. Yes, yes. He definitely
Unreal.
got an NFL combine invite for sure off of that game and how the season he's having. Like he is just great year from him.
Yeah, and then only other really note I had on the offensive side of the ball, it's like we didn't have the back-breaking mistake. And we talked about like all these things that had to go right for us to get the win. And the most important one, can't give them possessions, can't give them points. And we didn't do that. Well, we gave them one at the very end
Yeah.
to make things way too interesting. But
Oh my god, that was so stressful when he fumbled,
oh my
man.
God.
My heart and stomach just fell to the floor. I could have puked.
Like my heart rate went from, a having a good time at a social event high to, oh God. Oh no. No, 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 no. Just like 170 BPM panic freak
Oh
out.
my god. Yeah.
And now, if you're looking for somewhere else to get that heart rate up, but to have a much more pleasant time doing it, we encourage you to go ahead and swing by with our friends over at Burn Boot Camp. We'll be back in just a second after this word from our friends over at Burn. Fellas, football season is here, and if you're looking for a place to get after it like you're still in the locker room, Burn Boot Camp is where you need to be. It's not your typical gym. This is all about community, accountability, and pushing each other to be better every day. Whether you're just getting started or already in game shape, Burns Group Workouts have you covered with one on one personal training built right in. They've got locations in Louisville, Prospect, and Crestwood, so no excuses about not getting there. Morning, afternoon, evening, they've got classes that fit your busy schedule. And parents, you'll love this. They even offer complimentary child watch. Right now, you can sign up for a free 3-day trial with unlimited workouts. Check Burn Boot Camp online at burnbootcamp.com and see for yourself what it's all about. Then get off the sidelines and get in the game with Burn Boot Camp. All right, all right, all right. So, yeah, huge thanks again to our friends over at Burn Boot Camp for helping sponsor the program the last few weeks. And yeah, got out. I'm only just now, I think, starting to be fully back for that burpee workout. But
I felt it. I felt normal on Friday of last week.
okay, well, you know what always makes me feel good and normal? Let's go through these game notes. It's time for
Yes.
Vince's game notes segment. And this is going to be a fun one. I know we've had a couple of bummer game notes segments in the past. I'm looking forward to having a great time with this one.
We finally have a good game notes, Keith. It's nice. Right here, I love Miller. I mean, looks at the inside linebacker to outside linebacker. You can tell you can tell it's cover one. All the eyes of the DBs are on the wide receivers. Play it out, Keith. You'll be able to see it better once it's played out. Look at Miller's head. Cover one. Win at the line of scrimmage and get north and south. So you mentioned how quick he was getting the ball out. We had it in our heads early on that we were going to do that. Hit the next one for me. Yep. So we have an early push from the offensive line. I loved it from the beginning, establishing the line of scrimmage. You have to hit these guys in the mouth and let them know, it's going to be like this every single play. So let it ride, Keith. I love Musa right here, man. I haven't given Musa any credit, but I love him coming around and just pulling and getting in his way. I would love for his pad level to be a little bit lower, but still. Yeah. Just to hit is good enough for Isaac Brown.
And again, that's one of the things we talk about with Isaac Brown, just him being healthy, being such a difference maker. You don't need to make a 3-yard wide hole for him to get through. Just give him a chance and he's going to make something happen. I don't know what they teach with that new pull step technique, but I don't like it. But then Isaac Brown just making guys look foolish.
Insane. It's insane. I didn't see whenever he fell at the end there. I was like, "Ooh, I didn't like that. That looked a little uncomfortable." So nothing positive really happens on this play, but I definitely want to acknowledge the fact that Jeff had 3 quarterbacks on the field at one time. Did he have all 3 on the field? Not this play, but just in this drive. Didn't they mention having Brady Allen, Deuce, and Miller in at the same time?
Yeah, I believe they had full. I believe they had a 3 quarterback package. It might have been the first play of the game, honestly, because it was like a trips look with a 3 quarterback package, and then they moved guys around. And I just loved the quote from Coach Brum afterwards. They asked him about it. He's like, "Yeah, I just wanted to make Miami think." Just like,
yeah,
these guys
definitely Cristobal's brain was definitely rolling after that. I mean, and if I'm an opposing defensive coordinator now you're saying, okay, they're going to bring Deuce Adams in to run like we do right here. You can let the clip ride, Keith, like we do right here. But what I'm saying is this will eventually be a pass play. This is eventually going to be a pass play this season where Deuce Adams probably fakes this, throws it back to Chris Bell, or hits the skinny post right there. Anything is possible out of this. I love this from Jeff, the creativity of putting Deuce in.
Yeah, and I can see it now. You see Musa pulling, and you see Kariski slipping behind a block. You can easily slip that out into a backside screen or send these two out and turn it into a swing to Kiwan here. So this is something that now coordinators have to account for, and if you aren't careful, you're going to get burned. Plus,
leave it right here, Keith. Leave it right here on this picture when you're done talking.
No, you're good. What you got?
So, like what I was saying is the skinny post. You see that safety? There's multiple different things you can do with this right here. That safety's coming down for, Colin Lacey right there. That post will be there. I mean, there's so much stuff you can do out of this. I loved this from Jeff.
Yeah. No, this is a fun look that, now coordinators have to worry about and account for throughout the course of the season. So,
yeah,
not only was it breaking out something new for Miami, it's also giving every other coordinator that you face new information that they have to process.
Exactly. Yep. Next one.
All right. Just let her run one more time. You got to hit your hole better, Deuce. Come on.
Yeah. Carl Maslowski. I absolutely love it right here. I mean, this one got me so fired up when we were on stream, Keith. This is a play. You get this right here. You're like, oh yeah, like you can tell first quarter, like this is going to be one of those games for us.
Yep.
I love it. Wish we would have scored on it. Probably the kid's dream to get in the end zone right there, but it is what it is.
El Chapo.
Let it ride. Yep. Let it ride. It was a good block. Good blocking. Good everything.
Yeah. And we 100% had a speed option look there. I love that because if you watch this edge defender, he has to make a choice to either crash on Chapeau or cover Ranvier. He bails out to cover Coop. Chapeau makes the read, cuts up field, and then just takes off with it. He sees pay dirt, and man, I wish he would have gotten it, but he got what mattered, which was the first down.
Two is getting cussed out like no other on Sunday because his coach is saying, that kid can run. Do you trust him to do a pitch? Do you really trust him to do a speed option pitch in this situation, which Jeff does? But I mean, as a D
Yeah.
coordinator, I would rather make the tackle on the guy right there,
Make
and
him make a play.
maybe yeah, make him make a play. Yeah, it was insane.
Yeah. I just feel bad because I talked him up so much during training camp, and Hamilton Atkins, the
Yeah.
Bermuda grass got him trying to make that last block to get Chapeau in the end zone. Oh, the turf monster. You hate to see it.
Yeah, it is what it is. What I love right here, I talked about Chris Bell's eyes and how smart of a football player he is. He's mapping out. You can see his head, like I mentioned before. He sees the ball out of the corner of his eye right here, so he knows when the ball is being snapped. But he's really mapping out his path pre-snap and the angles that he can take to stay friendly to Miller Moss. And Miller does a great job of hitting him as soon as his head's turned. That's one of my biggest pet peeves whenever you're running these rub routes is you have to turn your head around at the right moment. And quarterback has to understand, as soon as his head's turned around, we have to get this ball out. So let it ride. Right there, you can see it. Soon as his head's turned,
And
ball's getting
look
thrown.
at all this space. Oh my God.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Miami will eventually take that away, right, later in the game. Miami's eventually going to take this drag route away from Chris Bell,
Also,
and he still makes a play.
yeah, funny nugget I want to point out. Where is it? Is it 29? No, it's 7. Bad teammate just shoving 6 to try and get him in the way. Like, dude, your guy's going to be way faster as a biped than you shoving him to try and get him in the way, dude. He was just
dumb.
trying to give him the boost, I guess.
And
I
look
saw
at this
that.
angle 13 has. That 13 had right there at the end, man.
Oh. So, cut, running,
Watch
push.
13.
He just bails out.
He quit. He
He
quit.
quit.
That's the first time I noticed it, Keith. Oh my God, he quit.
With 5
So it's first quarter. And they're already quitting.
Now, if Miami's coaching staff isn't just going to, like, if there's one thing I feel like Mario Cristobal will preach, it's effort. That buddy might be getting a new culo ripped in Phil.
Could not pay me to be him in the meeting room. Could not pay me.
Man.
So I love this from Coach English. I mean, he just did a phenomenal job of dialing it up the whole game. But this play right here in particular, I'm not the biggest fan of. Clev Lubin dropping into coverage, I'm never going to be a fan of. I just do not think that he has any reason to be dropping back ever. Hit the next clip, Keith. You'll be able to. I think the play will be able to. Yep. I mean, it's just, and why you let a guy run past you, I don't really understand. He just runs straight past you.
Ooh. All right.
Yeah.
So 7, wheels up,
Yeah.
and no one gets hands on him.
Yeah, you don't get hands on. I don't understand why you open up and give him the inside right there either. Keith,
Yeah.
I get you think you might have an angle, but that's just not it. Not a good play. Coach English called a phenomenal game the whole game, but this was one of them that I definitely was scratching my head at. Slot fade right here. This is bad matchup all day. In my opinion, Tony scores on this 10 times out of 10. Like, Keith, this is a lock. This is a first-round draft pick wide receiver right here. This is just nothing but pitch and catch.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't look like the coverage was bad, but what happened? He gets his head around. He's looking. Does Tony get just like a push off? Or?
It's just speed. Yeah, he has a little push off there at the end, but I mean, they're not going to call that because they're hand fighting. But
no, so
Tony's just that dude, man. When this is his route.
He is special, man.
Yeah, where are we at? Play 8. I love this. Great coverage. It was a beautiful job from Watts staying in your coverage until you see Beck's hands separate to throw, then making a play on it. I mean, it is beautiful. Watch him continue to sink right here. He knows, okay. Beck opens his hands. He opens his hip back up, get back to the middle of the field, go make a play on football.
And
that's
just extending.
Awesome.
Also, that's more of what I expected to see our coverage on Tony looking like for the whole game. Three guys on him, like you have a bracket, and then you've also got a high ball safety there.
Right. Watts did a great job, man, of hanging on to his quarter of the zone, and then as soon as Beck's hands open to throw the ball to Tony, you open your hips up and just book it.
Yeah, this is just one of the ones where you wish you had the all 22 because it's like right now, as you see that, that's when Watts is turning, opening up, and just knows there's one guy. Let's get downfield and try to make a play.
This is NFL draft. This is a big time play, man.
Also, appreciate you.
Thanks for the love.
Yeah, appreciate the love. Thank you for hopping in the party deck and joining in. And then just one more time, just because this is a sexy catch. Put him at tight end. Let him make a play.
Oh my god, that's awesome, awesome.
This
this was
another angle.
this is another angle. Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about him, Watts getting his hips turned and just going and getting it. I'll try to pause it.
Watch how long he hangs on to this hash. Hangs on. He doesn't take his eyes off Beck. That is great coverage, man. That is great job. Knowing you have a single receiver to that other side. I mean, it's just awesome.
Yeah, and I'm surprised. I also think this is a bad decision by Beck because he's just trying to force it downfield to Tony. Like, he's staying on the hashes, but still, he has 10 yards of space. He has a wide open check down on both sides of the field. And then he also has a route going up the outside here, but he decides to try and force it, and we make a hell of a play.
Yep, this one right here was great blocking from the offensive line. Love the card pulling. Does just enough to take Bain out of the play. Tackle does a great job at climbing to the second level, and I love Nate on this too. So go ahead and let it play. Just enough. You don't have to be perfect with Isaac Brown. Just give me enough. And that's what he did right there to take Bain out of the play.
Yep. And that's sort of the thing, like, you would like him not to lunge his head forward to try and make contact, but he does enough to wash him out. And then Kariski's moving. Mesidor almost makes the play from the friggin' backside, man. Which
nasty.
God, those guys are good. But you give Brown a hole, and then he's able to turn what would have been potentially a loss of 2 into a gain of 8? Just whoop, whoop. And then just lowers the boom at the end, which he was not ready for.
This is teach tape, Keith. This is exactly how you play a double move. I want you guys to watch his posture when he's playing coverage right here. This is just amazing teach tape on what you do with the double move. Let it ride, Keith. Watch him slow, sink, good. And continue to run with it.
And then just high points, goes up and gets it. Right there.
This is exact. Yep, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say right there, that's what you were talking about, like sync with it. And then the double move happens, which I wish I could just resume, but syncs and then boom, right back with him. Doesn't get beat.
Yeah.
Goes up, mosses him.
Hips don't lie, man. Hips don't lie. He wasn't even, I mean, and that's really a bad double move by the wide receiver in a lot of ways. I mean, Coach Brewer probably would have gave him a minus on that and said your double move didn't do shit because it didn't at the end of the day. So this was, just great teach tape. Do I get Rocco's reaction in the back end of this?
Oh.
Let it play, Keith.
All right, let me see if we got. All right, important. I'm going to move the cursor to where we're looking.
Right there.
Oh, no, dang.
he's usually good for a fist bump or something, man. I love it. This play right here was kind of frustrating for me. Sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail, definitely. TJ needs to play this tighter. Safety needs to come downhill more. Let it hit the next clip, Keith. I think I have a better. So you see the angle that I'm wanting TJ to take. More flat, more downhill. Don't go where he's at. Go where he's going to be. Because if you go where he's at, you're not going to have the angle and you get beat like this. So next clip, Keith, you'll be able to see it from the start. See, TJ goes right at him, and that's how you get beat. You have to go where Tony's going to be at.
My God, that dude's a hell of a ball player. Like,
Effort, 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 effort. You saved a touchdown right there. Saved a
but yeah,
touchdown.
he was trying to go directly where he's at, gets washed down by just the cartoonishly large offensive linemen that Miami
Oh,
has. They're monsters, like 70. Like, we talk about how Wes Bailey's a freak. You can, even in pads, look at how much bigger 70 is than everybody else.
he's a
That's
freak,
just
dude.
stupid.
He's a
I
freak.
not necessarily having anything to do with the play, but just
Boom. He had a lot to do with the play.
oh, man. Hey, you know
Yeah.
what?
So, moral of the story on this play is go where he's going to be. Don't go where he's at, and don't run into a number 70 when he's coming.
Got a full head of steam. You're gonna have a bad time. Oh my God.
So this was Miller to Chris Bell. Chris right here winning at the line of scrimmage with the blade. I mentioned it, before we got into the game notes that Chris winning. You have to win at the line of scrimmage in order for Miller to get the ball out in 2 point whatever seconds. So kudos to Chris. Kudos to these wide receivers. Go ahead, let it play, Keith. Watch the blade right here. Blade. When I say blade, it's just a slight tilt of the shoulder. See that dip at that shoulder right there. Give him his back.
Yeah.
It's so he doesn't get his hands on your chest whenever he's in this press position. So let it play, and you'll see a slight tilt of the shoulder at the line of scrimmage.
Out.
That
You were
slight
supposed to
tilt
pause.
gets him open.
Yep.
Yeah, that
Which
little turn right there gives him the angle. He gave him a jab step outside too to even set him up more, and then you blade it so that he gets your back and he can't get hands on your chest. So Coach Brewer.
actually, it's sort of a phenomenal example of good version versus bad version of this. And you don't want to throw a guy under the bus, but you have Bell up top. Watch the X receiver down here doing a similar
Oh,
thing.
I didn't
It
even watch
does
this.
not look the same.
I didn't even notice it because Chris was catching the ball. Oh yeah, that's not even. Yeah, that's bad effort. So this is gang tackle. This one honestly got me fired up. Go ahead and hit the next one, Keith, so we can see the clip. You're gonna want to see the clip I have after this. Great job, bang bang. We're all there. We're all there. We're all there. Everybody's there. That is 10 people in the picture, Keith. That is 10 red helmets around the football. You will win a lot of fucking football games when you have 10 people around the football in a play like this.
And you have two of those people are interior defensive linemen making their way over as well. That
Yeah.
effort. And one thing that I loved about this play, and I'll before I let it run, just the look. Because we're showing what, 7 guys in the
Sexy.
box.
Yeah.
And then, all right, and then boom, they bail out. And then you see Watts, Quinn immediately attacking the screen. Mac does a phenomenal job beating his block, getting initial contact. AJ Green does a good job getting off his blocker, getting over there, be in the area. Just phenomenal job all around.
Yep. 10 guys around the football, man. That stuff gets my freaking juices flowing. This is where we got number 14. Okay, so Cottrell Clark was the king of this. Jair Alexander played it awesome. 2 NFL guys, man. Shocker. Whenever a DB comes out to block you, I used to tell these corners, I'm like, you bench press his ass. Just go straight through his face because he's not going to be able to block you. And this is what we get right here. You go straight through his face and you make a play on the ball.
Tony, you can do a
that's
lot of
just phenomenal.
stuff. Tony, you can do a lot blocking. Not yet, young man.
The teaching moment on this is he hits him with the inside arm, keeps outside arm free. So he has the outside, forcing him inside to where all his help, all his buddies are. You got screaming heads coming at him. This was a great play, man. This was great.
Yeah, he's got nowhere to go. He doesn't have the room to try and get inside. And if he does, he's got two choices, either Antonio Watts or Wes Bailey coming right at him. If you go outside, you don't have a block over here, and you've got bench press right here. You're getting taken down either way. That's just winning the rep.
Great
Love
job.
it.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, so I love the push the offensive line's going to get on the play side here, but I also love the backside cut on this, Keith. I mean, this was something that I think we should have been doing a long time. I'm sure we have been, but definitely more. I'm a big fan of cutting on the backside. And look at what that makes, man. Look at that push. I mean, that guy's making the play if you don't cut him.
Yeah.
So,
And it's also creating now, not necessarily a concern for this play, but a pile of bodies so backside trail help can't pursue. So if Isaac can
yep.
make a man or two miss, he can just take off to the races and no one's going to catch him. Cut,
Cut.
boom, 12 taken out of the play, and then Isaac makes a couple guys miss, turns it to a gain of 20.
Is that Sylvester
Hell of a
on the
play.
cut?
Yep, hell of a play by 41 to not get caught up in the wreckage, though, and actually get up and make a play.
Yeah, right. Yep.
Because
Yep.
if 41's not trailing, Isaac's a house call.
Yeah, he's probably gone. I loved this from Chris. So we talked about a couple plays ago that they're going to start taking away this rub. They're going to start taking away this rub. Look at Chris's head. Again, noting his head. Where is he looking? He's mapping his path out before the ball is even snapped. Let the play hit the next one, Keith. So Chris is seeing right here, okay, I got a guy sitting outside now. They're taking away me dragging all the way across the field. So I'm going to sit it down right here on the hash mark. I'm going to sit it down, hit the next one, sit it down, drop step. So I mentioned the drop step. Notice how Chris's body is positioned for this catch. Chris is already having his right foot back, so all he has to do is turn his body and get north and south and go score a touchdown. This is great wide receiver play. Great job, Miller Moss, knowing when to throw the football here. Watch, boom, sits it down, gets right upfield. It's that simple, people. This is. Oh my gosh, I would have killed for a player like Chris. Chris Bell is a dog, man. He is a smart football player. I love the fact that he's on our team. This one right here, I just wanted to note. Carson Beck has a lot of orange on the top of his helmet, and you're going to win a lot of games if your quarterback, the opposing team's quarterback, is looking like this. I mean, He looks confused, definitely banged up. Body's probably starting to hurt. Great job, defense.
Yeah. I thought I was clicking to the next one. I thought you were going to start throwing some maybe just some mean remarks. So I was like, let's just move. Don't bully the poor kid.
He gets enough of that in his own city. I mean, he had his car stolen, broken up by Cavender, all that stuff. I mean, just terrible decisions throwing the football on plays like this. Let it ride, Keith. This was just bad. This was bad. I don't have any football analysis for you. This was just stupid.
Now, I think I know what caused the momentary stupidity. You got Renee Conga coming at you at full speed. I'm getting that big out.
I would throw it to 9 down on the 40 right there. I say that, but like I say that there'd be brown stains down my pants if Renee Conga was running trying to hit my ass.
White pants, dangerous choice.
Yeah, right. White pants, dangerous choice, Miami. This is just bad football, man.
Sexy rush move too. He just watch Renee Conga with just quick little whoop swim, gets inside the tackle's body, throws an arm over the shoulder, pulls that elbow back, and then free rein to the back.
Question, Keith. Is this an assisted interception? Is this the first assisted INT? I mean, we got two hands on the football right here. If this was a sack, it would be an assisted sack.
I don't know, man. You have to think. Hold on, let me do my best. I don't know, Jim.
All right, we're here. We have the play that almost took the life out of Keith and I.
The one that gave us a code brown.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, Isaac's just got to have two hands on the football here, man. This was a hell of a play from Miami. You got to have the guys to climb up second level to get that block. At end of the day, Isaac, even though you had a great game, I have to dock you right here. You gotta hold on to the football, man. Yeah. I get you're trying to get what you can get yards and stuff, 747, but know the score, know the time, know where you're at. Just take the loss.
Yeah, I will say, and you gave him a little bit of flowers. Hell of a play. Bench presses off Lacey, gets his helmet on the ball when making the tackle. That's a really good play by the defender, but know the situation, two hands on the ball. And hey, he's still a really young running back. He's a second-year player. Like,
yeah,
young kids are going to make that mistake sometimes. God forbid a kid be human.
Oh, God, Keith, Did I get that in there? Dominant at home, 10 straight wins. Last
Oh,
loss. The last time Miami lost at home couldn't have been November 18th, 2023 versus Louisville.
oh, what? Wow.
Yeah, that's why whenever the Miami fans were coming at you and whoever posted that tweet, like, oh, you had to pull back for that one, right? Like,
It's
no,
like the
2023. What? I mean, TJ right here, man.
whoa. And the fact it was
We
that
P,
play just mwah.
TJ got TJ got so much flack last year. Obviously, after Coach Ivy's, yeah, I let this one ride a little bit longer. After Coach Ivy, Matt asked that question. Ivy's obviously got to be honest. We needed more from TJ for a young football player in the day and age of NIL, where it's so easy for you to hop in the portal, go get another bag, go play somewhere else because Coach doesn't like me. X, Y, and Z is not going right. For a kid like TJ to sit there and stick it out and end up making the game-winning play, staying ready so you don't have to get ready is awesome. Yeah, I mean, hats off to this kid, and he deserves every bit of the moment that he's getting right now.
Yeah, I mean,
And who was his number one cheer on the sidelines as this play happens? Watch Mark Ivy.
man,
He's in
I
the
love
yellow
that we
hat.
just
Can't
get
miss
the
him.
anticipation.
He's in the yellow hat. You can't miss it. See that? You see that?
Love
That's a
that.
guy. That's a guy who's going to be honest with you in moments when you are not meeting expectations. But whenever you make a play and you stick it out and you bust your ass for him, he's going to love you harder than anybody you know. So this, I mean, could not be
Biggest
happier for the
fan.
kid.
Yeah, and I mean, you stated it beautifully. The kid had every opportunity in the world to take off, run, go somewhere else where they're just going to cater to you and let you just, yeah, you're the man. He was challenged to stay here and work. And we talked about it as soon as Stan Kwan got hurt. Like, okay, TJ, you're this big shot, 5-star, one of the top rated recruits in school history. Here's your opportunity. Go do something with it. And man, what an impact to get a game winning interception against the number 2 team in the country on the road. You got to feel so
In your
freaking,
city.
you got to be so freaking pumped for this kid. And look, it's a weird age of college football, so you never know. But man, would love to see him and Stan Kwan as a linebacker tandem
Oh,
next season.
please get the bag out. I need them. I need those two guys together next year, man. It's gonna be a fun tandem. This was a fun rewatch, man. This was
Oh yeah,
I'm always happy to hop back in and watch us beat down on Miami.
most fun rewatch of the year. We were getting some love in the party deck during the show. We talked about the compliment and getting some love, so it's only fair. Ball knower you. I think that's fair. I think that's fair to say. And then, more guys. Ridge Runner getting excited. What a game indeed. So before we wrap things up and get ready for our preview episode tomorrow for Boston College, we got helmet stickers and MVP. And I'm going to start things off with a bit of an unusual pick. But special teams as a whole, Ranvier only had one field goal attempt, 48 yards on the road on Bermuda grass. There was never a doubt that thing was right down the middle. And then Carter Schwartz and Chapeau, 6 punts between the two of them. 3 ended up inside the Miami 20-yard line, pinning them back deep in their own territory, forcing long drives for a Miami offense that already moved slow to begin with to shrink and slow down the game. Those 3 players, one, getting the points on the board, and then these 2 pinning guys deep, it's not going to show up like as a huge sexy play, but those type of plays flip games.
That stuff matters.
Yeah, field position. It matters.
One
so
play battles
freaking
for
much.
huge chunks of land. That's what Coach K, the run game coordinator at Vandy, O-line coach at Vandy, used to say all the time. One play battle for huge chunks of land.
The next interception trio, I had JoJo Evans, Antonio Watts, TJ Capers. You make plays like that, you get helmet stickers. Watts deserved one even without the interception. He was all over the place.
Right.
Same with JoJo Evans, and should have had 2 interceptions, had one taken back for a nonsense roughing the passer. Capers essentially sealing the game. I mean, realistically, you could give helmet stickers to everyone on the defense as a whole. Defensive line, I decided to show some love to the interior guys. We talked about how Miami's going to want to run between the tackles. Can we muddy things up so much that they just aren't effective? And less than 100 yards rushing for the Canes. I think Mark Fletcher only ran for like 20, just made a mess and eliminated the running game from Miami and forced them to become more one-dimensional than they like and forced them to rely on Carson Beck.
You've been high on the D-line all year, Keith, and I mean, it really stood out this game. I mean, Renee and Jordan, they difference makers this game, and you could tell.
And they're finally starting to get national love because like they've been doing it against teams that are really good at running the ball, but because they don't have the big sexy brand on their helmet, no one's like, well, whatever.
I think Louisville's sexy.
Yeah, going up against teams with sexy logos on their helmet. So you go up against a team that's going to have potentially 5 guys playing on Sunday on their offensive line, and you just shut them down and completely eliminate the running game. Hell yeah. I think Gerard and Kaga made themselves money in this game, potentially.
Yep.
Offensive side of the ball. Now, not a super impressive stat line. And maybe not necessarily the biggest and most deserving reason to give a helmet sticker, but Miller Oss, man. Mistake-free football and took charge and led the guys when you needed it. Got balls out, let his playmakers make plays. And, man, it pulled on my heartstrings a little bit seeing those shots of Miller just so emotional as the game went final, man. Like he'd been wanting that moment for a long time.
We mentioned TJ, but it had to have felt just as good for Miller. We had the post, I don't know if it was Presley, Jacob, or yourself, who posted about Miller and just his long journey and betting on Louisville, betting on himself. Man, special. I hope he continues to just improve throughout the year, man. Just play consistent football, don't make dumb mistakes, and we'll win a lot of football games with you playing quarterback.
When we landed him, and I think it's fair to say us two were like some of the biggest detractors. We talked about like, what are the pros? What's a good Miller Moss game look like? That was a fantastic Miller Moss game. Didn't try to press, didn't really have the opportunity to press anything downfield. I think we tried to draw one play downfield, and that was Miami's sack. So, yeah. But that is the essence of a Miller Moss game. Like, if every game for the rest of the season, if Miller Moss does that, I'll be thrilled. And Isaac Brown, helmet sticker, showed up healthy, did the damn thing. 18 missed tackles forced, according to Pro Football Focus. Unreal performance.
Cheat code. The kid's literally a cheat code.
And now we get to the point where there are 2 individuals that I have put for MVP. We're doing sort of offensive-defensive split. Offense, it's obvious, man. Chris Bell. Holy shit. What a game. What a freaking game. What did he have? 136 receiving yards, 2 touchdowns on 9 catches, averaging 15 and a dime for each catch. Unreal. And then I had for defensive MVP, Jambari Mack. Dude, engaged, made tackles, played good coverage, made a phenomenal interception, didn't get targeted that much over the course of the game. Those were the 2 I had for MVP.
I completely agree with you. Jacob Lane's trying to text and argue with me right now. He said that Chris Bell is the best wide receiver since Harry Douglas, and I am over here pounding my chest for Tutu Atwell. I'm like, did Tutu Atwell just not live and breathe in this universe? He broke just about every single season receiving record you could want.
Man, I was going to say Devontae Parker. I mean, honestly.
You're still not giving Tutu any love. Did Tutu Atwell just not breathe? Is Tutu not around? I mean, he's the only one still in the league.
Well, yeah, he's younger than all the other studs before. I mean, and honestly, I think Devontae could have even been more dominant in his era, but he also had Eli Rogers, Damian Copeland, all sharing a receiving. Cole Hicatini, I think, was on this team. Like, that was a deep receiving room, so you didn't have to lean on him. But Chris Bell, I talked about it on Coach Coop, the Miami podcaster show that I did. if you were making a wide receiver in a lab, Chris Bell is what you would come up with. Size, speed, skill, strength.
Yeah.
He's got everything. And no stupid penalties this game. Yes.
Love it.
So that's for helmet stickers, MVPs. We'll be back at you tomorrow. Hot Works, approximately 8 p.m. Might be a bit after, depending on setup.
In the sauna.
In a
You all
sauna.
want to see Keith. You want to see Keith and I suffer. You all want to.
Oh, yeah.
You all love the burn boot camp video. So we
Now,
should just...
now we're wearing gray, right? Make sure that sweat really shows through.
I wasn't planning on it, but that's a great idea. I definitely will. It'll be the one time I purposefully wear gray to sweat.
All right. Well, again, if you haven't already, subscribe. State of Louisville YouTube channel. If you haven't already, audio feeds. Make sure you subscribe, unsubscribe, rate, resubscribe, re-rate, re-review, do all that good stuff. Hop on over. Follow us on the socials. If you're watching us on Twitter, at the State of Lou, at Pink Seats Pod, at producer_Keith, at Vincent Lococo. And again, one last reminder, I believe the drawing is tomorrow. Get into the 1912 Society Discord. I posted the link in the chat of this video. I will copy it and I will post it to the description, and I'll throw a tweet up on the State of Louisville and on the Pink Seats podcast page as soon as this episode wraps up. Sign up, get in, and then they'll make it very easy. You can just ask, hey, where do I go for the ticket giveaway? They'll get you set up, and we'll get you squared away. Get in here and try to get some free Boston College tickets. Come on now.
Text, give me my tickets.
I love that. Thank you all again. If you're watching on Twitter, if you're watching on the Pink Seats Party Deck, appreciate you tuning in. We'll see you tomorrow for the Boston College preview. And as always, go Cards.
Go Cards.
All right, now we're just doing the little outro area.
Now we wait. Oh, fun fact, while everyone's still here, the final bill for Saturday after all those Surfsides drank, $502. 502.
Destiny.
It was meant to be.
Destiny. All right, I think that's enough time to where it's not going to cut off. So thanks again for tuning in, guys.